It's kind of a long and convoluted process at first, but we've kind of got it down to a science by this point because we've been doing it for, what, about 10 years now? I'm not good at math or counting. What's up everyone, Drew from Subarex here with another weekly update. So last week we talked about the unmitigated disaster that was me ordering the wrong fender liner. Whatever. Well, that's been fixed and the 2010 Impreza is now more or less completely ready to go. So the repairs are all complete and the car as it sits now is more or less exactly as it's going to sit once we list it for sale, give or take a few hundred pounds of dust that have gathered on it. So all that's left on it now is the reconstructed paperwork. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to just kind of walk you through the typical process of how one of our cars gets from a salvage title to a reconstructed title. So when a car comes to us, it generally will have an out-of-state salvage certificate, and we have to transfer that to an in-state salvage certificate. That's a pretty straightforward process. There's a DMV form for it, and we just notate on it what all types of damage the car received. From there, we can start the quick and minor process of fixing the car, making sure it's nice and roadworthy and all of that stuff. But after that's done, we can work towards getting that West Virginia salvage title turned into a West Virginia reconstructed title. And that can involve a few different things. On all cars, it has to have a standard state inspection, like all West Virginia cars have to have every year, but it's a little more thorough than a standard one. The inspection's more or less the same, but there's some extra paperwork that the inspection shop has to fill out. From there can be a couple different things that have to happen. On this car specifically, it has to have what's called a VIN verification completed. And that just means we take the car to the state police, they complete a DMV form, they check a couple different VIN numbers on the title and on the car and confirm that this is in fact the car that the title says it is. From there, we have to make an arrangement with the DMV to have someone from there inspect the car, go over all of our paperwork, make sure everything's in order, make sure the car has in fact been repaired like we said it is, make sure that it's roadworthy, and sign off saying that this car is ready for a reconstructed title. From there, we'll head back to the DMV, transfer that salvage title into a reconstructed title, and everyone will live happily ever after. So it can be kind of a long and convoluted process, but we've been doing it long enough now that we mostly have it down to a science, as long as they don't let me get involved and get something out of order. This car is in the final stages. We still have the state inspection left and the reconstructed inspection, and then after that it's just off to the detail shop and then off to the lot. Anyway, I've probably rambled for long enough. I just thought it could be interesting to kind of share some of the steps that we have to go through to get these from a salvage to a reconstructed title. Because like I said, I just think it's an interesting process and I haven't found a whole lot of content that really explains step by step everything that has to go into getting a salvage car turned into a reconstructed car. And we've got plenty of that happening here. We've got that done. We've got a couple more cars in the shop here that I haven't even really talked about yet. And we've got all kinds of exciting things coming up in the next few weeks. So anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. If you didn't make it this far, I don't blame you at all. We'll see you guys next week. I guess that's kind of a threat.